Hey guys, Alex here coming at you in Tbilisi, Georgia. Let's talk today about fasting. And for those of you who have been bombarded by the fasting trend, the whole fasting thing seems to be seemingly on vogue at the moment. You might want to look away now because I'm not going to be introducing anything particularly new. I'm still a beginner at the whole idea of fasting and intermittent fasting and why I would do it and why you might want to take up a little bit of fasting here and there as well. So right now, as I speak with a slightly inflamed eye, that's from another thing, I am doing a 40 to 50 hour fast and I'm on about hour 35, so I'm looking forward to a bit of food soon. But I have been off the grub for a while now and I've been doing this for several weeks, taking a couple of days or a day and a half off at a time each week to not eat anything apart from a little bit of coffee, tea and water. And it's probably even more beneficial by cutting out caffeine and coffee altogether as well. But wanted to talk about why I'm doing this and why you might consider it as well. Many reasons. Obviously, I've come across many of the benefits through just searching online and following other YouTubers and stuff who talk about fasting and its benefits. So things like insulin levels drop so that you start to get cell repair, you start to allow your body to heal itself from the inside because you're not eating, you're not swamping your body with food constantly, which means that it has so many different jobs to do. Finally, you're giving your body a break by not eating and allowing itself to clean up all the toxins inside. This is what the body does so well. It's an incredible machine. When you stop feeding it for a while, it starts to take on other jobs that it's been waiting for. And if you've been not fasting for all your life and just constantly inhaling food, you haven't really given your body a chance to properly fast. And obviously, sleep is a optimum time for bodies to do everything that it does when it's not eating and healing the body and repairing cells and increasing human growth hormone, which I'll get to. There are many good reasons for allowing your body to just fix itself. So if you've got issues, diabetes, diseases, whatever it is, there's been a lot of good evidence to show that fasting and holding off on the food has a very strong correlation between disease improvement and even eradication of cancers and things like that, and fasting. But for me, it's a case of just general health improvement, and I always had a big issue with sweating too much. I think I got this from my mum and genes predominantly, but I think from what I've heard about fasting, I have heard good things about just general health improvement and realizing that there's probably a correlation between eating crappy food and eating too much and eating too many carbs and sugars that link to sweating too much, especially when I get a bit nervous and stuff. Grim, I know, but I've seen huge improvements with whenever I've stopped eating particularly carbs and sugars. I stop sweating and I feel great and my brain fog has gone. But by reducing food entirely, it also gives my body an extra additional scope of opportunity for cleaning itself out and improving things like the sweating, but also anxiety and depression and unnecessary things that latch onto us when we fill our bodies with food, especially food that isn't so good for us. So there are many reasons, and obviously within a 10-minute video it's going to be challenging to explain everything. But one of the other things I mentioned was the human growth hormone increase, which apparently is great for burning fat, burning belly fat, and increasing longevity, improving your cells. There's all kinds of little things that seem to happen according to science that really improve your body. So it's, especially if you're overweight, definitely something to think about, introducing some time off for your body to not be eating. It's also great for self-discipline, to be in control of your body's constant need and addiction, truthfully, to many foods, especially the bad stuff. It's a great thing to train yourself to say no to any kind of addiction, but food is a big one, and sometimes because it's such a normalized feature of human society to constantly be eating. We don't even see it as an addiction, but stopping food for a bit is a great way to sort of craft your own sense of self-discipline and responsibility, and it's been really good for me, because obviously when you train your self-discipline for something as addictive as food, and as something that we are in such need for as food, you start to see benefits in other areas of your life as well in terms of discipline. So a lot easier, for example, to get up earlier when you haven't been eating late into the night before, and other areas of life, just sort of getting more work done and having a clearer mind so that you're more productive. All kinds of good pros that come out of intermittent fasting. And I've heard some people who fast for, you know, up to 21 days plus, just no food, just water fasting, which sounds nuts, but we are so conditioned, I think, to believe that we need to have our 3-4 square meals a day, and make sure that we have breakfast, and make sure that we even if we're not hungry, eat at the right times. I think this is all human bullshit for the most part, and you really have to think about this logically and rationally if you can. Think about how we were back in the day. We were chasing after antelope, whereby we would be able to feast for a couple of hours every week, you know, and we'd have to go long periods of time without being able to have any access to food, maybe even water. So humans are very well equipped, I think, evolution-wise, to not need to eat all the time. And actually we have developed in an environment in which humans have had to adapt to the need to be without food for long periods of time. And actually there's an argument to be made for how our bodies are actually made to not eat for long periods of time, and actually it's better for us to not eat, because that's how our bodies have developed. That's what humans are about. We are a not eating all the time species, as are many other animals. Think of bears who hibernate for months without any food, in the same way that humans, especially people who lived in colder climates, did not have access to food for long periods. So think about introducing a little bit of fasting into your life, especially if you've got health issues, especially if you've got brain fog issues, especially if you just need a little bit of a boost in self-discipline, but more than anything else, just feeling great. I have to say I'm a little bit slow and a little bit tired right now because I'm in that sort of early phase of a fast, and I think once you get past that initial 2-day hurdle, you start to kind of really clear up and your benefits become very clear. But as you can tell right now, I haven't eaten for a couple of days, and I'm definitely sharper mentally. Like, I got a lot of work done this morning. I didn't feel groggy getting out of bed, and just feeling a sense of increased well-being, just feeling good about myself and not needing to eat. It's obviously going to save money as well. But if you're overweight, absolutely give your body a chance to have your fat eaten away from the inside. This is a very important process called autophagy, which people don't even realize happens. A lot of people don't anyway. Rather than going on all these fatty diets and things, just think about how just holding off on food for a bit is going to help you. It's not only going to burn away that fat and increase longevity and increase cell renewal and mental capacity, all those good things. Apparently it's also been healing cancer, according to many case studies from real people who've gotten past, through fasting, have had their tumors eaten up from the inside through the process of autophagy. Your body is not only eating itself and burning fat, it's also healing itself. It's an incredible machine, as I say. So let your body do it. Let your body do that to itself. Give yourself a break. And don't feel that just because society says you have to be constantly eating, that's what you need to do. Don't be scared of suddenly dropping dead if you don't eat for a day. You will survive, especially if you've got a bit of fat on you. You're gonna be fine. If you've been stuck in a desert for 3 months or a month and then you don't eat, obviously that's a different issue. But most of us have got plenty of stores of nutrients and resources and too much fat inside to worry about the health issues associated with not eating. So I'm going to leave that with you guys, just to let you know that I'm doing fasting every week, and wanted to see if you guys wanted to give it a shot, and if anything, sort of you feel more productive, more creative. Hope that helps. Give me some ideas, give me some feedback, give me some abuse. Follow me on YouTube, Alex Mathers Films, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.